Hello, I'm Jeff Pearce, and this is Ethiopia. We're in Afar region, near a little town called Darsageta. It has its own distinct beauty, but it's also a lonely place to die. This area was once occupied by the TPLF, and we've just been led to an area where several of them are left in unmarked, uncovered graves, because there were so many. Others, the locals have covered up with rocks as best they can. And still others have probably been loaded up on trucks and carted back to Tigray for the latest atrocity to be no doubt broadcast by CNN in the future. What about the town? Well, we're going to show you what happened to it under the TPLF. Photojournalist Jamal Countess and I drove out to take a look. These burned-out tanks offer an idea of just how badly the TPLF lost the fight here about a month ago. So do the bodies, some now covered, some left exposed because there were too many. Far better, perhaps, to think about the 38 people that Darsageta lost. This shop in front of the town's mosque was hit by TPLF artillery, and when they held the town for a couple of months, they thought nothing of cooking their meals right outside the mosque's walls. Precious holy books have been damaged or destroyed in the fighting. Here is what the TPLF did to the local school, first using it as a barracks, littering it with cigarette butts and other garbage. This is what passes for the school now, kids and students having to form a half-circle on the street. Muhammad was one of the men who owned a grinder for different crops, and the business was hit by TPLF artillery. What's he going to do now? Because he has no grinder. What's he going to do?
I'm sitting in my home. I don't have any work now, so they just burned my machine.
What will he do? What will he do?
I can't do anything.
Gotta do something. By now, scenes like this have become familiar, and yet the Afars did fight here and win. But the cost to the region has been high.
This is all across, starting from Barahle, Abala, up until to Talalak, which is close to Shawrobit. So the level of impact is very much significant, and people displaced is assumed to be about 1.3, probably. Could be the figure might be go up this time.
Million? You mean
yeah,
million?
That's 1.5 million. Yeah, absolutely. You know, the Afar mat house, the house built by mats.
Yeah.
And the military, the Tigrayan people, used the house, they more take out the mats and use to cover the tanks, the artilleries. And they use this for their own, safety, but expose those others to dangers. You see, leave them alone, leave them open on the sun, but take that much to cover themselves. There are still untold stories. That's what I believe. The more we do more assessment, I'm sure we will learn more about those crimes against humanity which happen in Afar and elsewhere in Amhara as well by those people. We call them junta. Yeah. So this is absolutely a disaster.